welcome to this exciting lecture. In this one, we'll be looking at how we can convert Sass-style button to CSS in JS with JavaScript templates and variables. Now, this video will be covering how we can convert a basic button written in Sass to CSS in JS without using any CSS in JavaScript libraries. Now, we'll be making use of native JavaScript variables and template literals. So as you can see over here, we have two buttons. One already says Sass button. So here we have the Sass button CSS. And if I show you the style.scss, we have these variables defined, which are padding, X and Y axis, font size, and border radius. The same is then being used over here in this class Sass button, and when we are watching it is being converted as a style sheet. So style.css is the name of the file that gets created, and the same is then being referred over here, and that's how this button gets its color. Now let's do the same thing to this button, but this time we'll be making use of JavaScript, and we'll see how we can style that button without using CSS but actually using JavaScript. So to do that, all we need to do is create one file, and we're calling it as index.js. So here we have that file index.js, and let me compare these two files together. So you can see that for every Sass variable that we have created in our style.scss file, we have a corresponding variable defined over here in our index.js file. So for padding Y, padding X, base, font size, and border radius, we have created similar variables. Now in our index.js file, you'll notice that we are making use of a string literals. So here we have created the class that's btn-cssjs, and then we have defined this class over here. After doing that, we have created this padding class. So this is the attribute padding, and the value that it's getting is from these variables. So this is coming from a string interpolation. So we are kind of replacing the value 7 pixels over here for this variable padding Y. Similarly for padding X, 10 pixels. And similarly, we are doing the same for font size and border radius. Now, once we have created this button as a variable in JavaScript, the next thing you see over here is basically appending this style in the head section of the HTML page. And when we do that, this class gets created inside the head section dynamically, and then that class automatically gets applied over here. So if I go and uncomment this, save this, you'll now notice that this is coming up over here with the style applied. If I inspect this, you'll notice that this btn css.js here, you can see all the styles that we defined in our index.js file over here is coming up in the developer window. That's padding, font size, border radius, color, and background color. So in short, what we have done is we have created a class in JavaScript and applied the same to a button.